Welcome to Fanboy and Critic, our show where we go see new movies out in theaters and give you our review.
Both the good and the bad. I'm Joe Mortiz and I'll be your fanboy.
And I'm Sam White McClure, I'll be your critic. This week on Fanboy and Critic, we saw Transformers 1, directed by Josh Cooley. I got it. Never heard of him before, so that was hard to remember. And it is starring Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Brian Tyree-Henry, and Keegan-Michael Key, along with several other very well-known actors. Transformers 1 is an animated version of the backstory of the Transformers, or I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't have said any better.
Josh Cooley, your favorite director of all time. What did he do well bringing the animated Transformers movie to the big screen?
He just did a really good job of making it fun, I think, you know?
Okay.
I think we've been so caught up on every Transformers film of like aiming for it to be so action-packed and like, that is what Transformers is, action-packed explosions and cars, yeah. But I think he did a good job of getting, you know, both crowds that are gonna be watching this, which is kids to get interested with Transformers and like the adults that wanna know the story. When I saw the trailer, I didn't know what to make of it, but when it starts going in the movie, you're like, okay, like this is kind of cool. This is stuff we don't know anything about, and it looked really good too. I think the animation was great. It wasn't like weird like everything else. I'm not saying the other stuff looks bad, which I'm comparing to, which is the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then, you know, Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, like it was a regular animation. You didn't have to squint your eyes at certain scenes, like you knew what you were getting. And I think that's what he did really good with. And like all the characters were really good and the cast was great. I think Scarlett Johansson was really great at her character.
Yeah?
I could see her just like being her. That's like her character now, ever since Scarlett. But and then Bumblebee as
Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah,
Bumblebee.
he was the comic relief in this movie.
I think every movie Bumblebee's in is pretty much the comic relief.
Yeah, and he was good. He did the job. I don't think he was like great or anything. It sucks. I feel like that's all his jokes in even his regular movies. It's always just like, I'm gonna cut in and say something, you know?
Yeah, but he kind of felt like the most fun part of the movie.
You know? Yeah. I think that's definitely what the kids are gonna love. And kids already love Bumblebee for who he is. So yeah, he did a good job at Bumblebee. Overall, yeah, I mean, the movie, the story, the voice actors, they just nailed it. They nailed it.
Yeah, I got some issues. Okay, so first of all, I guess I just went in with the wrong expectations because it is a kid's movie. This is a kid's movie. I thought that it was going to be more like Into the Spider-Verse or the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah.
And it just seems like there's been a resurgence of animated semi-adult movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
But this is a kid's movie through and through, so I guess I can't be down on it. It's just my own expectations. It just was kind of dumb for me, but I think that's a kid's movie. There's just a lot of the jokes are like, oh, they fell down. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. I don't think it was very well written. You basically get a giant lore dump at the beginning, which I don't even think kids are going to follow because it's a lot of made up words that don't mean anything. I don't think they're really going to follow it. I don't know. There was a lot of visuals that I thought were very good for the world and a lot of good concept design. I think the animation of the characters themselves was ironically pretty stiff.
Okay.
Like, just their movements felt very stiff, and I was like, this feels weird for an animated movie, especially of this probably high budget. I don't know. I do think the actors, they got a lot of good actors, and I think they did fine, but I also couldn't half the time, if I didn't know it was Chris Hemsworth, I would have been like, who is this voice?
Oh, okay.
And I'm assuming if you paid that much money for Chris Hemsworth, you want people to hear Chris Hemsworth. But they didn't even let him be Australian, so Brian Tyree-Henry did a good job.
Right.
Lawrence Fishburne did a great job. John Hamm did a good job. Scarlett Johansson did the same thing that she always does. It's not bad or good, it's just the same thing that she always does,
Yeah.
so I don't really, and then same with Keegan-Michael Key, funny, but the same thing he always does. For me, it's Brian Tyree-Henry and Lawrence Fishburne kind of stole it. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. it was kind of blah for me. You could tell they put a lot of effort and a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure based on our theater, it's gonna lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't
There were 6 of us in there.
great. Yeah, it wasn't great either. Convince the critics out there to go see this children's movie.
Critics, you're gonna go want to watch this movie because this is a storyline we're owed. We finally get to see somewhat of an origin of, the Transformers. It's not a movie where we just jump in and they're like, hey, we're at war and we're trying to fight off Megatron again. Like this is the beginning. And I think this is something you don't want to miss.
Fanboys, there's actually quite a few good movies still in theaters right now. I think if you're gonna use your AMC stubs or spend your hard-earned cash to go see a movie, if you're a fanboy, I think you have better things to spend your movie experience on than this. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily worth it this time around. Watch it out. Well, you can maybe watch it on home video. Maybe that's a better call.
But you have to watch.
Yeah, you have to watch it. Ratings. Let's go.
This is tough. You made a lot of good points and you kind of brought me down. You kind of brought me down.
I don't hate it, but I'm just if you're gonna look at a kid's movie, I'm definitely gonna call out the things that don't reach me as an adult.
You know what? I'm amazed. I'm amazed.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's you being brought down?
Yeah, I was actually loving it. I came out loving it. I came out wanting more. But I am amazed. It wasn't a perfect movie, but I think it was just the storyline and the voice actors that really got me. It was information I wanted to know, and they just did a good job as a team. And yeah, I'm amazed. I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
All right. If you can't tell by my criticism, I'm a little bit lower. I'm at a Y. I just don't know why this movie needed to exist. I don't know who was calling for a kids Transformers movie. I don't think the kids are calling for it. If the adults are calling for it, it's going to be smarter than this. I guess the live action Transformers aren't very smart either.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It does look a lot cooler.
Yeah, they look a lot cooler. I don't know. I just don't think they found the audience on either direction. This wasn't a kids movie that adults could watch and still have fun with, or an adults movie that kids could watch and have fun with. I don't think it was either. All right, fanboys and critics, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Go check out our alternative channel where everything's going to be pushed to. We get some merch, sign up for our Patreon, all the good things. And we'll see you next week for The Wild Robot.
And we will see another robot movie.
Yeah.
Can't escape
It's kind
it.
of a kid's one too because it's a kid's storybook.
Can't escape it. And we'll see you for the next review. Yeah, I think Liam Hemsworth. Yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth was.
I like how you defaulted to the less famous Hemsworth.
I don't know why.